All right, we're live.
Good. Jen, how are you?
Doing wonderful. How about you?
Good. So this week we're here with Kurt. And Kurt, is it Reiber?
Yeah, it's Kurt Reiber. I'm president and CEO of the Free Store Food Bank.
Excellent, excellent. And as many of our clients know, and people who are on our Facebook page know, we've been in the process of partnering with the Free Store Food Bank this month because it's a great time for the food bank to get food for students who are relying on food during the summer when school's not in session. And Kurt, when I attended your live the town hall yesterday, and one of the statistics which really stood out to me that you mentioned, or your group mentioned, was that 1 in 7 students are at risk of hunger in the community.
Actually, it's 1 in 7. Prior to the pandemic, 1 in 7 of our neighbors were dealing with food insecurity. 1 in 5 of those are children.
Wow.
And if you look at the overall school districts that we serve in the 20 counties in the tri-state area here, we are 8 out of 10 kids are eligible for free and reduced lunches. So you know that when the kids are out of school, then they are having a challenging time. And this past year has been really tumultuous for them, because when you think about the on again, off again, virtual learning, remote learning, hybrid learning, all those things sort of factored into this. So we know that by your support during the springtime here will prepare us to really restock the shelves for the families in our pantries. And we have over 60 school pantries, as well as a total of 540 overall pantries that we serve in the 20 counties of the Free Store Food Bank's territory.
So tell us how that works. So when you say a pantry, do you fill that pantry like once, or do you do it throughout the summer?
They actually, our pantries are able to order online. So whenever they're seeing their inventory of food diminish, if they've had basically they normally order food from us at a minimum of once a week. And those pantries then, either one of two things happen. Our team will either deliver those food items directly to that pantry, or those pantries will come to one of our distribution centers. One's located in Bond Hill, the Mayerson Distribution Center, and then we have a Wilder Distribution Center over in Wilder, Kentucky. So the pantries that are closest to those locations will come in and pick up their food and then bring it back to their pantries, restock the shelves, and really prepare themselves for the customers that come in. And we do have some territories or some areas in our tri-state area that don't have an ample coverage of pantries. So what we do there is that we do what we call mobile markets. And that's when we bring our own trucks out, our own vehicles, and we work with like a Lions Club, a Kiwanis Club, a Rotary Club, maybe a couple of different schools or a couple of different chambers of commerce, and we will have a pop-up pantry. So we will serve families right in that neighborhood that have been typically disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. And that's something that all the dollars that we get in go directly to serving the families that we're serving here in the tri-state area.
So it's mostly like non-perishable items too that is going into the pantry, right? Or
well, yeah, the things that are ordered, obviously, we have non-perishable food items, canned goods and box goods, but we also have perishable food items. In fact, when we first started as an organization in 1971, probably 98% of all the food that was distributed was shelf stable, canned goods and box goods.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, about 50% of our food that we distribute is perishable.
Oh, wow.
So that has required that we do some just-in-time type of inventory, but it also requires us to expand the capacity of our pantry network. So they have more refrigeration capacity, more freezer capacity. Many times what we'll do is we'll be distributing produce to them on on an as-needed basis, because we know that produce has a very short shelf life. And we know it's also very good for the families to eat. So it's incredible for us to keep that up. In fact, this past 12 months, we distributed over 8.5 million pounds of fresh produce to our pantry network.
What is the ultimate goal for like the Free Store Food Bank as far as like ending hunger? And
Well, right now, there are about 270,000 of our neighbors,
Mhm.
about 80,000 which are kids
Wow.
that are food insecure. So when you think about that, we have two sort of facets of the work that we do. We
Mhm.
have what we call sort of feeding the line, which is the food distribution. And that's critical. When you think about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food
Yeah,
is right there at the base. That's the foundational
right.
support that every family needs.
Mhm.
But more importantly, what we're trying to do is end the line. And the way we do that is through our stabilization services, as well as our workforce development initiatives. Our Liberty Street Market is housed by our Customer Connection Center, and that's in Over the Rhine in downtown Cincinnati.
Mhm.
There we have wraparound supportive services. So we will provide SNAP enrollment, Medicaid enrollment, unemployment benefit enrollment, rental assistance, utility assistance. So we basically try to provide all the supportive services so these families can stabilize their lives.
Right.
But then we also have two workforce development programs, one called Cincinnati Cooks, and that's been going on for a little over 20 years now. And that has graduated over 3,500 students. And those students are getting jobs in the culinary field. And some of them may
Nice.
be in the restaurant industry. Some of them may be working at some of the hospitals, any place that has a cafeteria, if you will,
Mhm.
or a food service provider. Our students are getting jobs there, and they're making starting off about $14 to $15 an hour, which is a nice wage.
Mhm.
And our Lift the Tri-State program is a logistics training program that teaches logistics, inventory management, facilities management, transportation, basically warehouse working. And as you might imagine, the tri-state area is a hotbed of logistics. So
Right.
our students are getting jobs at the $18 to $19 an hour. Many of them have full benefits. So they
Nice.
are basically able to provide for their families. And really, in both programs, we have partnered with Cincinnati State's Midwest Culinary Institute with our Cooks program. So when our students have gone through both our first course and second course program, then they are eligible to receive 30 credit hours towards their kitchen management associate's degree at Cincinnati State, which is
Nice.
basically covering half of the cost of their entire education. Similarly, we work with Gateway Community Technical College in Northern Kentucky with our logistics program. So when our students go through that program and they get certified, they would earn up to about 9 credit hours towards the supply chain associate's degree program. So it's really coupling hands-on experience
Right.
with academic credentials so you can turn a job into a career.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the reasons why we like partnering with the organization is because Alan was a teacher before in a different life. And so he has firsthand experience of knowing that like if a child is hungry, it's too hard to learn. And if you can't learn, to your point, like you can't grow and get a job and like it just never ends, you know?
Yeah, I mean, our basic saying here at the Free Store is this, is that a hungry child can't learn and an uneducated adult can't earn. So if you
Right.
want to break the cycle, now is the time to do that. We talk about healthier eating as well for the families that we're serving, which is one reason why we have provided over 8.5 million pounds of fresh produce to families right here in the tri-state area so they can eat healthier and be healthier. Because if we can do
Nice.
some preventive measures to keep them out of the hospital, then that's a win in everybody's book.
Exactly.
So we are supporting through our real estate company and our past clients and current clients the Double Your Dollars Day, which is April 21st. Do you want to? Is there anything you want to talk about that or?
Well, yeah, we normally do our Double Your Dollars Day as a launching pad for our holiday fundraising efforts in November and December, which is where we raise a considerable amount of our funding. However, what we found out is that we knew that the children, the students that were relying on food at schools, and because of the disruption that they had in the school environment this past year, we felt that it was necessary to move our Double Your Dollars Day into the spring.
Hmm.
That way we have, such as yourselves, we have folks that are what we call second helping, donors. And those second helping donors are the ones that are matching the gifts that come in for that 24-hour period. So beginning at 12:01 on the 21st, just after midnight, through 11:59 and a half that evening, we're going to be taking donations in and really trying to double them up so that we can really, because if you think about it, for every dollar that we're able to raise, that provides the equivalent of three meals. And
Wow.
94% out of all the resources we get into the free store stays right here helping neighbors. So it's neighbors helping neighbors. So by your efforts through your real estate company and reaching out to your partners and your customers, your clients, you're making you are doubling up and doubling. And that's really tremendous. And it's wonderful to see because, so often, people say, well, what can I do? This is such, when you think of hunger, it's such a huge problem. It's this huge issue. And you're saying, how can we ever solve that? Well, there's an old saying that how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Right.
So our goal, our challenge is really to look at hunger and say, okay, how can we bite those off in small increments? How can each community make a difference? And that's what it is. It's neighbors helping neighbors. It's the neighbors that you help put into homes in our community. Because the reason that Greater Cincinnati is called Greater Cincinnati is because we have such a caring community. And this caring community has supported the Free Store Food Bank just immeasurably this past 12 months. And we're getting ready to celebrate our 50th anniversary.
Wow.
So when you think about it, just in the time that I've been here as the president and CEO of the Free Store, we've grown from distributing 7.5 million meals to last year we did 38 million meals. And this year we're on target to do about 45 million meals. So you can just see the breadth and depth of the work that we're doing. And that's all made possible because of the work and the support that you all provide, that your customers provide, but also this great community provides as well.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, we really appreciate you coming on. Alan, are we going to post a link on how people can donate or?
Yes.
Okay.
Do that. Mm-hmm.
So we'll post the link.
And one thing I would say also, Jen and Alan, is that if people need support, if they need help, I would encourage them to go to freestorefoodbank.org. They can find a pantry that's near them because we try to make it close so we remove the barriers.
Right.
Transportation is a huge barrier for so many families. So we have over 600 pantries located in the 20 county service area of the Free Store. And someone should be able to find a pantry that's closest to them that can provide them the services they need.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you for this wonderful support. You guys have been, great partners of ours over the years. And as I said, the dollars that you raise, especially for our Double Your Dollars Day on April 21st, will go a long ways towards helping us create a hunger-free, healthy, and thriving community.
Great. Thanks again, Kurt.
My pleasure.
Have a great day.